Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today we're continuing on talking about the go to bed challenge, the go to bed early challenge that I am doing this week. And we're going to talk about how your ideal morning begins the night before. So good morning, so glad to have you all here today. For those of you who are new, my name is Crystal Payne and I am the founder of MoneySavingMom.com. I am also the creator of the 14-day online course called Make Over Your Mornings, and that is at makeoveryourmornings.com. And if you are interested in making over your mornings, in living with more purpose and intention, getting up early and using your mornings well, be sure to go to makeoveryourmornings.com. You can scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and you can get day one for free to see if it's a good fit for you. So today we're going to be talking about your ideal evening, because I really feel like a good morning begins the night before. You set yourself up for success in the morning, the night before. And Make Over Your Evenings is coming soon, Stacy. We are working on that. I'm so excited about it. So yesterday we talked about the go to bed challenge, and I talked about how you have to have a why. If you're going to go to bed early and you're going to commit to that, you need a why. What is your why? Why do you want to go to bed early? And stay with that. So we talked about then, knowing what you're aiming for. So why do you want to go to bed early? What is it? How is it going to impact your life? And then what is your action plan that you're going to put in place for being able to go to bed early? For me personally, that was not turning on my electronics or any kind of business work after dinner. Now, I almost did it last night, but I failed a tiny little bit. I got on to check a few things just for a few minutes, and then I shut it off, and I was amazed at how by doing that, by saying, you know what, I'm not going to be working on any business work, I'm just going to shut it down in my brain, and I'm just going to focus on winding down, spending time with my family. And I had such a great evening. We have a little visitor coming to say good morning. Oh, we've got spiky hair going on. What do we got going on up here? Okay, so did you want to tell them something this morning?
I'm starting swimming lessons.
You're starting swimming lessons today? Is it today? What time?
I think it's 5.
5 p.m.? He's very excited he gets to start swimming lessons. What did you get swimming lessons for? Was it a gift for something?
Experience gift.
It was an experience gift for what? Do you remember?
No.
Christmas? It was your experience gift for Christmas. So he has been wanting swimming lessons, and he is super excited to start his swimming lessons. Okay, you're going to go now?
No.
You're going to stay. Okay. So you have to know why and you have to know what. But then I think it's also really important that you set yourself up for success. And one of those ways is to really think about, what does an ideal evening look like for you? What would it look like if you didn't have any interruptions, if you didn't have any distractions? Now, obviously, that is probably not going to happen for any of us, or for most of us, that we're going to have an ideal evening with no distractions and no interruptions. But think about what that would look like. Think about what your ideal evening would be like. Think about what it would be like to not have any interruptions, not have any distractions. Start with that. And ask yourself, what would you do? You're saying hi. What would you do? What would set you up for success the next day? What do you wish you had done every morning? Is there every morning where you think, oh man, I wish last night I would have X? What would that be? What's the one thing you feel like is hardest every morning? Do you find yourself saying, I just wish I had done that last night? Pretend you had no interruptions and distractions. What would it look like? Would you make lunches? Would you lay out your clothes? Would you clean up the kitchen? Would you prep breakfast? Would you read? Would you take a bubble bath? What would that be? So I really want you today to just brainstorm and think about your ideal evening. What does that look like for you if you had all the time and no interruptions in the world? Because I want you to start from this really great place. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about, okay, so you probably can't have your ideal evening every night. But we can pick a few things from there that are going to make the most impact, and you can do those. So someone asked, what would my ideal evening look like? Well, my ideal evening would be, and I'm actually working towards this, my ideal evening, okay, so let's be real. I'm not talking about your ideal evening. It's like if, I would be laying on a beach with a good drink and a good book or something like that. Okay, we're not talking about a fantasy world. We're talking about a realistic ideal evening, and that would really set me up for a realistic day the next day. So for me, that would be probably one that we would have dinner on time, which sometimes we struggle with, have dinner on time, and then get the kitchen all completely cleaned up, and then have good family time together, that I would meet with each of the kids and read with them and pray with them, and that then I would have time to read and I would have time to spend with my husband, and just winding down early. There are some things that help me though to make the next day better, and that's that I found cleaning up the kitchen. So if I wake up to a clean kitchen, it feels like my day is going to be a good day. So waking up to a clean kitchen, so cleaning the kitchen the night before, laying out my clothes the night before, so that when I get up in the morning, I just know what I'm going to wear and I don't have to think about it. Making sure that my room is cleaned up, making sure that if there's anything, anywhere I need to go the next day, that I have everything all prepped for that, so that I don't have to be putting together bags and putting together whatever it is that we need to get out the door. I like to take a bath before bed and read. That's something that I really enjoy, and spend time with my husband. And so there's way too many things there that I could not do that every night unless I was prepping for 6 or 7 hours to go to bed, and that's not ideal. So kind of tomorrow we're going to talk about how do you pick and choose those most important things and do those, and how can you come up with an evening routine that will really set you up for success the next day, because this is really what I'm working on personally. And as part of the Go to Bed Challenge, I want to work on this myself, and so I thought I'm going to bring you guys all along with me as I work on that. So if you're interested in participating in the Go to Bed Challenge and you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to MoneySavingMom.com, there's more information on that. You can just search for the Go to Bed Challenge. And I just realized that I didn't put my post up today because I got up late this morning. I went to bed at a good time, and then my alarm went off this morning and I shut it off and rolled over, which is never a good thing to do, and fell back to sleep for like another hour. Oh yes, sorry, I missed that.
You're pulling my hair.
Oh, I'm sorry. And so anyway, I'll get that post up, which has more information in just a minute. But thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to hop off and hop back on and talk about Rest Assured, the book that we're working through this week. And I also was going to mention that I'm going to do a Money Making Mom Scope this afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time. That would be 4 p.m. Eastern. And we will be talking more about blogging and about blog topics and how to know which blog topics you should blog about that your audience is interested in. And I will also be taking any questions that you have on blogging. Yesterday we got into, we talked about WordPress and about setting up a blog and lots of fun things. So I'll also take questions on blogging at the end. So that will be at 3 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. Oops, did you get him? She said Silas. There, we'll get there. Yeah, gotta block that. Okay. Anyways, that'll be at 3 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.